Hello and welcome to the Get Creative Podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Aaron Waller. He's the owner of Graphic Finesse, a video production, photography, and graphic design company based in Billings, Montana. All right, let's go. All right, so Aaron Waller, what is the most important lesson you've learned?
One of the many lessons I've learned since I started Graphic Finesse is that potential clients are more likely to invest in the person or idea behind the product or service rather than the product itself, which is why I find that the area of expertise that I work in is so important. We do branding, so we really focus on the fact that it's more than just a design that people see. It's actually the guts behind what makes the product or service what it is and makes it stand out. Building those different parts and pieces to ensure that it's consistent across every media platform is one of the biggest things that we try to accomplish here, and learning that it takes more time to listen and invest in people rather than just jumping into it has been, something learned over time. And it's kind of been one of those, trial and error situations. How much time do you spend getting to know people versus getting the work done? But ultimately, one of the most influential things that I've come across is that it's best to save time on tasks and chores, but not to save time on people. People are more likely to work with you and enjoy working with you if you built a relationship with them. So that's kind of been one of the big parts that changes things is understanding that building relationships and confidence in the product is really what sells it, what they see behind it, just like what I'm trying to do with their brand when we put it together, is seeing the behind the scenes to build that confidence and start the relationship.
Well, cool. That's really good advice, is building relationships in business. I hear that a lot, and it's good to hear it reiterated. All right, so what's your pitch, and where can people find you?
Well, I'm Aaron Waller, and I work with Graphic Finesse. We provide video production, photography, and graphic design. Our goal is to make sure that every business, small to large, has recognizable branding across every media platform. In our world right now, you've got about 3 seconds to catch people, and if your branding isn't up to par, then you very well could be basically advertising for other people. So as we move forward with any design or with any video production or photography, we keep our eye on the prize and make sure that we're staying consistent with what their brand is, or we're staying consistent with the brand we've developed for them. So that's basically where we found our niche. And it's been very popular here, especially in Billings, where we're really growing and becoming a much larger system than we were before. So it's kind of fun to see everything move forward and watch this community grow. And one of our most recent projects and ongoing projects we've been working on is a rebrand for City Vineyard. We started with the City Vineyard logo, and now we're moving forward with the brand implementation. Everything from new bags to business cards, letterhead, brochures. As we move forward and they get into the new store, we'll be actually producing much larger quantities of different things that we're all still kind of planning on in the first place. But it's been a fun project, and getting to work with the people at City Vineyard is a real pleasure. So seeing it all come to life is a huge blessing, and I'm excited to see that all come together.
Well, cool, and people can find you at graphicfinesse.com, and if they don't know how to spell finesse, they can find it in the show notes.
That's right. Yeah, it's graphicfinesse.com, or they can send us an email at info@graphicfinesse.com as well. We'd love to hear from anybody or even just talk shop. I don't get a nerd as much as I like to, so every now and again it's nice to talk with somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well, Aaron Waller, thank you for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And that's it for another episode of the Get Creative Podcast. You can find more information about this podcast at evanschmidt.com, I'm also on Twitter and LinkedIn. Feel free to connect. For more information about this episode's guest, just check out their links in the show notes. If you want to be a guest on a future show, send me an email. I'd be glad to have you. I'm Evan Schmidt. Thanks for listening. Now go get creative.